Level 1. Survival. You're 26, and you work at a Subway. You make $2,200 a month. Your rent is $1,150. That leaves $1,050 for everything else, which sounds fine until your car insurance renews, your phone bill auto-pays 3 days early, and you're standing in a CVS parking lot doing math on your phone over a $4 difference between name brand and store brand ibuprofen. You applied for a credit card last week. Denied. There's a $340 medical bill from 2021 in collections that you didn't know existed until it destroyed your credit score. You don't have a savings account. You have a checking account you avoid looking at after the 20th. The worry isn't abstract. It's, if my car breaks down tomorrow, I genuinely don't know what I do. Level 2. Stable. You're 31. You work in HR. You make $52,000 a year, and your dentist just told you that you need a crown? It's $1,400 after insurance. You have $1,800 in savings. You're not in danger. You keep telling yourself that. You make too much to qualify for any assistance and too little to actually feel secure. There's no name for this category. No politician is giving speeches about it. You got a 3% raise last year. Inflation was 4%. You understand what that means mathematically, and you try not to sit with it too long. The worry is quiet and constant, like a noise in the walls you've stopped mentioning, because you know nobody's coming to fix it. Level 3. Comfortable. You're 38, you own a house, you have a Roth IRA, and you're vaguely miserable in a way that has no clean explanation, which is somehow the worst part. You make $118,000? Your mortgage is $2,600. Your kids are in activities that cost $800 a month combined, and you can't cut them because one is bundled with therapy. Your car is making a sound. You went to your college friend's birthday last month. He sold his startup. Nothing crazy, just enough that you walked through your own house differently when you got home. Your financial advisor meets with you once a year for 45 minutes and tells you to stay the course. You nodded. You don't know what the course is. You're not behind. But the feeling that you are is louder than it was 5 years ago, and you don't know where it's going. Level 4. Successful. You're 44. You're a law firm partner. You make $340,000 a year, and you just paid $97,000 in federal income tax and had to take a walk afterward. Your mortgage is $6,200 a month. Each kid's school is $28,000 a year. You have 2 kids. The Range Rover is leased. The BMW is not. You vacation in Italy every other year and somewhere warm every year, and this is a good life, and you know it's a good life. The problem is that this life now requires your income to stay exactly where it is. If one big client left, if the firm had a bad year, you'd be fine for a few months, and then you'd be having serious conversations. You've worked 60-hour weeks for 12 years. You'll do it for at least 11 more. From the outside, it looks like everything worked out. Level 5. Rich. You sold your company 2 years ago. After taxes and fees, you cleared $1.1 million. You have a financial advisor named Brendan who has a very calming voice that you've recently started to find suspicious. Brendan says you're fine if you're careful, and the market cooperates. You've started thinking about the phrase, if the market cooperates, at 3 a.m. You went down a Reddit thread about early retirees who ran out of money and read every post like it was a horror novel written specifically about you. You can't talk to your old friends about any of this because the number makes everything strange. You're not rich enough to have rich friends yet. You're too rich to complain to anyone who'll actually sympathize. This is a lonelier position than it sounds. Level 6. Wealthy. Your net worth is $6.4 million. Your therapist wants to explore that. Your 22-year-old doesn't have a job. He says he's figuring it out. You figured it out because you had to. He doesn't have to because you made sure he didn't have to. This was the entire goal, and it is also the source of a low hum of dread you carry everywhere now. You set up a trust. You keep thinking about the trust. You think about whether it'll make him soft. Then you think about whether soft is just something your father said to you too many times, and you absorbed it as a value. You have more than enough. What you don't have is any idea if you did the parenting right. Level 7, ultra wealthy. Your net worth is $34 million. You have a real family office now. 3 people. One of them has a law degree. You've had 2 conversations with her where you walked away thinking either she's brilliant or she said a lot of words to hide that she wasn't. You're still working that out. Your brother-in-law asked if you could help with something last Thanksgiving. The something was $180,000. You gave it to him because $180,000 is $180,000 and you have $34 million? Then you spent 2 months thinking about it because now you don't know what family dinners are. At this level, you can't tell who's genuine. You've stopped being sure? That uncertainty doesn't go away. It just gets more expensive. Level 8, elite. Your name is on a building at a university you didn't attend. You donated enough that they offered, and your wife thought it would be nice. You have a principal advisor, an estate team, a philanthropy director, and a woman named Stephanie who manages your calendar and knows more about your life than your children do. You trust Stephanie completely. You've thought about whether that's normal. You decided it is. When you travel, there's a pre-arrival checklist. When you give an interview, there's a prep call. When your foundation makes a grant, communications thinks about coverage before you sign. You move through the infrastructure of your life like water through a pipe, efficiently, smoothly, without much feeling at all, which is something you've noticed and haven't mentioned to anyone. Level 9, billionaire. You haven't been alone in a room in 6 years. There's always someone. Security, staff, an advisor, someone from the foundation. Wanting to be alone means scheduling it. Even then, alone just means the person is outside the door. You're worth $14 billion. The number stopped meaning anything around $4 billion. Below that, it felt real. Above that, it became a score in a game you weren't sure you were still playing for the same reasons you started. Your oldest child doesn't speak to you. You know exactly why. You've thought about it for years. You've funded hospitals, research institutes, schools, and conservation programs. People are alive who might not be. This is true, and you know it's true. Late at night, in the house overlooking the water, you try to let it be enough. It almost is.